Switch. What's going on, New Game in Order? This is Alex Lexus coming at you like the Juggernaut. Nelson, Takuma, NYC Playboy, on your knees. Oh, who else we got today? Oh, it's just us. Um, I will have to say that a couple of things. We're late because of me. I was going to the pharmacy and had to pick up a title that I'll knock out for you guys later on today. But with that being said, let's turn it over to the staff to do intros, starting off with Nelson. What's going on, man?
Nothing, just got back from seeing Deadpool. If you like the humor, go watch it. And yeah, enjoying my
I
Valentine's
did
Day
just,
weekend.
I did see that just now too. It's good.
It's
Yes.
it's great. I was surprised at
Make sure make sure you see the post credit scene.
Yeah, indeed. All right, so who we got next? NYC Playboy. What's going on, man?
What's going on, everybody? Happy Valentine's Day Eve to all you suckers that are booed up and everything.
Ew.
And I am going to go see. I will go see Deadpool today.
Yeah,
Just
it's
because you guys are talking so much about it. And if this is a piece of shite,
it's not.
oh my god.
Here's the
Okay.
thing: if you
All
go,
right.
I went into that movie with low expectations, and then it exceeded anything that I thought it was gonna be. So, I mean, it worked out. It was pretty good. All right,
Okay.
so next in the shoot, on your knees, man. What's going on, brother?
I told it off here, but I got ripped off by Firestone. Don't go to those fuckers if you need your car fixed. They will rape your wallet.
What the heck?
Jesus Christ.
Bullshit.
Yeah, but aside from that, I did see Deadpool while waiting for my car to be ripped off. Good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm shoveling food into my face, so that's what I'm up to right now.
All right, and then last
Right.
last but not least, Takuma. What's going on, man?
What is up, gaming fans? How's everybody doing? Happy Valentine's Day for all those who aren't booed up.
Hi.
Not, hey, Netflix and chocolate.
What the heck?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, alrighty.
Or that shit we talked about last week will help you out if you're single, guys.
Oh yeah. You know what? Whoever gets that virtual doll for Valentine's Day, that's kind of messed up. But
I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah,
Funny
well-
kids day.
all right. Now
I
with
don't have any
that,
place for it, otherwise I might get it.
Oh, wow.
I'm done.
you know what? That
Combo breaker.
that just messed up my whole thought process just now. That's fine. All right. So this, you know what? We're gonna get to the first topic. New game in order. Right now, the big news is the cross-buy feature that's now being implemented going forward with Microsoft. This is a bunch of things. Right now, it's Quantum Break, Scalebound, Crackdown 3. Those of you who checked out Lunchtime TV this week will know that I kind of talked or responded to some Microsoft fanboys who are not happy that Quantum Break is getting released on PC, Windows 10, and Xbox One. And that user went on Twitter and responded to Phil Spencer like, I'm not going to get the game because it's on PC. What a dumbass. Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking moron. And if I'm cursing today, I'm a little on edge today. A lot of shit going on in life, you know. I'm not feeling too good either, so I'm gonna just so I'm gonna just let y'all
There's a fix
know.
for that, Alex.
Well,
Stop whining.
matter of fact,
The soundbar's not hooked up because I'm eating, so someone will have to fill in the sounds for me.
yeah, but pretty much here's my thing, because this topic is gonna be encompassing several subtopics. Microsoft, they said this was gonna happen. They were gonna start merging Xbox games, like at least the first party, where once they release it on the console, it'll also be released on PC. So if you start playing Forza on X1 and then you start playing on the PC, you can pick up and resume wherever you are. We knew this was coming. I didn't think that Microsoft would go the extra mile and say, hey, if you purchase Quantum Break, you get the PC one for free. I thought that you were going to buy, but this is more than I ever thought would be. I was complaining about Street Fighter 4 where I had the 360 one, then I had to pay again for the PC one. DLC didn't transfer over, and so on and so forth. So basically, Microsoft answered some of the requests that a lot of people, a lot of gamers were like, hey, why don't they do that if you can see the users online? So now they removed the barrier. You buy one version of the game, you're going to have the other, and vice versa. I think that's a great thing. But for an Xbox fanboy to say that they're not going to buy Quantum Break or canceling their pre-order because PC people get to play it, you're a fucking moron. You're a dumbass. You know what I mean? Because now I saw some forums where you had some people like PlayStation guys saying that, you know what, now I'm questioning my loyalty to Sony. Now I'll be able to play Xbox games that, I don't have that console, but at least guys on the other side of the fence can enjoy it. We're fucking gamers. Stop being stupid. I mean, fucking
Yeah.
jackasses, man. Wow. But I just wanted
Walking.
to Shin Takuma, what are your thoughts on this?
Alex, before you pass it off, I have a clip of that Xbox fanboy.
Okay, is it in the Discord?
Skip me for the moment. Go to somebody else.
Alrighty. Well,
Is that coming through?
yeah, it is.
Oh, there he goes again. He can't stop.
Yeah,
I shut him up.
but here's the thing. Well, Phil Spencer confirmed going forward, there's gonna be I think that's why Scalebound got delayed a year, because they're implementing the cross buy, the cross features and whatnot. If more people can play it, and if Microsoft is giving you more for less, why are you complaining? The Windows 10 platform was a good thing because they can develop the game one time. They don't have to do a PC port, do an Xbox port. You do it one time and then just give it. You know what I mean? It cuts down on the cost, so they can afford to do this. Hopefully, third party will jump on board. But Nelson, what are your thoughts on this? And you know what? Fuck that YouTuber or Twitter guy fucking with Phil Spencer over that. Fucking dumbass, man. But your thoughts?
Fuck his life.
Well, apparently I don't see an issue with this, because if they're doing the promotion where you buy something on one console, it goes on the other one for crossplay, that's actually really good. That actually makes things more accessible for Microsoft in general, because now PC players can get like a grasp on like what Xbox One players would be playing and then vice versa. And then you're bringing the community together. It's more or less the same thing what PlayStation 4 is doing with PC. So I don't see an issue with this. If people actually have a problem where stuff is going from like what was the issue, Quantum Break, that's going to the PC, and the Xbox One fanboys are upset about it, that makes no sense, guys. PC
Yeah.
always gets everything eventually.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to bicker or complain, and if it wasn't for PC, you guys wouldn't have Xbox One.
And to add to that too, look at the examples of what went down with Rocksteady and Batman Arkham Knight and all that. If they develop it one time, right, and then they make it universal between consoles, you run less risk of having things fuck up. You know what I mean? Now, granted, for a PC, they may have to do some fine tweaking on the PC side of things, but the bulk of the work, if they do it one time and it's cross-porting, what's the problem? What's wrong with you fucking fanboys? Fucking Xbox, like, come on, man. And that stuff right there is like the same shit that some of the Sony guys do. I fucking hate fanboys, stupid shit. Like, really, get the fuck over yourselves. Come on. But I just wanted to add that. But Nelson, anything else to add to that?
Honestly, that's it, because it's really a sad thing for people getting upset. Again, you're bringing this right back to the whole console war thingy. There's no need to do that. Like, the inevitable is going to happen where everyone's going to join up together. So, why is the bickering and bitching happen? Because if that's the case, Phil Spencer could just say, fuck you guys, and then PC only gets it, and then make you really pissed off.
In the end, I want this console fanboy stuff to stop. Look at the shit that I got into with Brother Natural over fucking fanboy shit. You know what I mean? Fucking fuck those fanboys. Stop that shit. You know what it is? Before I give you the floor, when you want, like, for instance, you had some people, I don't want Street Fighter 5 to come out on Xbox One. Why? More people get to play it. Fucking selfish, dumb motherfuckers, narrow-minded, one-sided individuals out here acting fucking stupid. Share the wealth. Let everybody play. All this nonsense with, oh, I'm not gonna play Quantum Break because PC players get to play it. Oh, don't let Street Fighter go on Xbox because Sony. Fuck you guys. You're stupid motherfuckers. Really. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nelson.
No, no, it's all right.
Damn.
But I'm just saying
Tell us
it.
how you really feel.
It's just like for people arguing over senseless, mindless crap, especially of video game history or knowledge base or whatever. This is where that person goes a little bit too far on edge. You're sitting there revolving your whole life now based on video games, and you're siding with something that you really don't know much about. Yeah, you may know what they tell you, but you really don't know what's going on because right now, as all we know, all three companies could just be together, just bullshitting like, yeah, these motherfuckers are buying everything that we got. Oh wells, we making money. You don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. Well.
So it's pointless to have arguments, especially which is what I hate most. Why you break bonds and friendships over a fucking electronic game? Like you're gonna let it go to that extent for a video game that has no soul, no life, no feelings.
Yeah.
To
At the end of the
corrupt two
day.
people.
Yeah, people just need to understand, like, whatever brand you're playing on or whatever, it shouldn't. I just think people have to understand, just share games. Share games. And you should have the freedom to play on whatever platform you prefer. End the story. But without straying too far, I wanted to get Playboy's thoughts on this because it's interesting now, with certain Xbox games having dual releases between PC and X1, with PC Master Race mindset, like, what are your thoughts on it?
It's enough, bro. And for that, whoever this fanboy is, don't know shit about shit. Microsoft makes their money from software.
Thank you.
Which there you go.
Business
So
licenses
gaming
at that.
gaming is software. So if you mad and you gonna buy it on PC, you're still giving Microsoft money.
Thank you.
Well, yeah.
You know.
I even
So
heard the
fuck your
argument.
right, fuck your boycott.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, as much as they may hate Microsoft or somebody may hate Sony, somehow we're all cross-supporting everything. You know what I mean? So
And,
like, look at
and
me.
remember that
I said
thing?
I wasn't gonna
Uh,
get Street Fighter Five on PS4, but for the sake of the show, and I'm a Street Fighter fan, I look past my preference. Because I'm gonna enjoy the game one way or another. Now, when the official PC one comes out, that will be my main platform. But I still have it. I can still cross enjoy it. You know what I mean? So to not want to support something because it's coming out on a console is kind of stupid. Or a console that you don't support. You fanboys, you fucking make me sit. I hate you guys. Fucking dumb motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
anyway,
Really feel, Alex.
no, I'm just in the mood today, man. I'm irritated as fuck. Like, these. How you gonna not want to cancel your pre-order or not want to play Quantum Break because somebody else has the chance to play it? Selfish fucks, man. This is the dumbest mentality I've ever seen with the gaming community. It doesn't make
Yeah,
sense to me.
but that also applies to life as well. Like if you really, really look at it. Like let's say for an example, we have everything here in the States, but then third world countries don't. But then if they were so happen to get it, you don't want them to because you're being selfish. You don't want them to have the same technology as we have so they can actually live better and actually not suffer.
Mm.
There's actual real life things that people should be more worried about than a fucking video game being promoted on multiple consoles. Guys, think about it. Real talk. The more money that these companies can make, the more gaming software, as what
Yes.
Playboy said, can provide to you. If you do not want that, then we will not have a video game market to share among our views and interests. You'll just be sitting at home doing what people did without video games. Do nothing, probably read, go outside, and actually live your life and not
Now,
have a source of
now
entertainment.
to add to
The
the
porn.
What
Well,
that too?
but I will say this. I will say this that this is why I'm still vehemently against Street Fighter Five not being multi-console because now you got some people where they're still looking at it like, oh yeah, f the Xbox fans, this and that. Like, why are you so fucking selfish? Some people now won't be able to play. Now you got some other guys who are like, oh well, just get a PS4. What if they can't? What if they can't? You know what I mean? Everybody should be able to share something. The quantum break stuff. What's the problem? What's the problem when you restrict people? That's just stupid. And a fan like that who condones just having now his point was, oh, what's the point in me having an Xbox? If you want the Xbox, you're gonna have it. If you want a PS4, you're gonna have it. Just because something got released elsewhere doesn't mean dick. Though I would say this, it seems like a contradiction, but I prefer the PC for certain things, like Guilty Gear Xrd, right? As soon as that one came out at half price on Steam, I'm not playing the PS4 version as much because everything is here in this station that NYC Playboy hooked us up with, right? I can stream easily and do my stuff, my overlays. It's a lot more convenient. I prefer it. Okay, fine. Is somebody gonna get mad that I decided to switch over to PC for that? Where that same system I can play, Quantum Break, I can play freaking Tomb Raider or whatever. I don't have to worry about consoles locking out. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Selfish mindsets and immature gamers or immature consumers just really get my goat today. But without me ranting too much, on your knees, what are your thoughts that now Microsoft has this new feature in place where they're just gonna release the games PC and console at the same time? Is that good or bad? Is it gonna be something where some people have the mindset where, hey, there's no reason to own an Xbox? Will this hurt Xbox? I just wanted to get your thoughts.
Well, I think it's a great thing. I think it's about damn fucking time, to be honest.
Okay.
You get people a choice of platform, and then you get to see where the numbers really are. Because if you stagger a release, whether it's PC first or console first, you're going to see people gravitate to either one, and the second release will suffer. Now, this will cannibalize some sales, but you may also see an initial uptick where if I really waited for Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC, which I think took over a year after the initial release, which to their credit was the quickest one from my understanding, I wouldn't have bought it. I bought it on Xbox 360 even though I didn't want to, just because I don't want to miss out on it. I would have rather have had it on PC, and I might still be playing it today if it was on PC, but because all the modding and whatnot.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5 had its own issues, but still the single player game was really good. So I'm all for this. More power to Microsoft. Thank you for doing this. It's about damn time.
And the cool thing too, now On Your Knees doesn't have an Xbox One. I have it though, and a PC. But if he has the same game, we can now play together. You're unifying people. You know what I mean? So, with that, and with the Windows 10 app and all that, DirectX 12 games, I see it as a good thing. And just remember, New Gaming Order audience, Microsoft and Sony don't make that much money off of console sales. You know what I mean? Everything is mainly off the software that they sell. You know what I mean? So you sell the console one time, but you can constantly put out software. So that, they got to find some way to make it where, hey, we're gonna push more software. So with that, Takuma, what are your thoughts on opening up crossplay? You know what I mean? Breaking down the barriers between PC and console
Going
games.
to open up more of a variety of people who mostly play games on PC rather than buying a console. I mean, everyone should have known this was coming. I don't see why people are getting upset or getting hissy fits. Everything is not going to come out in console form. It's going to come out eventually on computer, and it's going to come to a wide variety. So I don't understand why this fanboy is getting upset about one game. Well, there's more games that's been doing this. So if you are solely concentrated on getting upset because this game Quantum Break, I never played it before, it's come out on PC, then if you have a PC already, then why not just download it? Because you don't want to waste the time of doing something else? I don't know.
Now,
I understand his problem or your problem, but his problem or whatever the world problem is. But from a business standpoint, they was like, okay, we are getting more reviews about people want to play games on PC. He doesn't know because he's not behind the board meeting or whoever their board directors was, whoever the software developers was. He don't even know what was going on behind the doors.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, from a standpoint, let's release this on PC and then multi-cross it as far as everything else.
Now here's the thing though with that, I do understand, and I even said in lunchtime TV that people are gonna feel like, where's the value in owning an Xbox, right? You got some people like console gamers are gonna be console gamers, PC gamers are gonna be PC gamers, right? Some have the preference where they just want to get their set top box, put it on in their living room, and play the game. That's not gonna go away. Now, if you're on that fence, if you're like a PC gamer and a Xbox One or 360 gamer, and you got games coming back and forth, right? Then I can understand that. All right, I got it. Why should I have an Xbox when I can have a better experience on the PC? Because playing online games, you don't have to pay on PC. Whereas on the Xbox, you have to pay for Xbox Live. You know what I mean? Sony, you have to pay PlayStation Network fees. So it's like they have to understand. Yeah, I get it. There's some things, but there's some pros and cons. Like on the PC, it's more expensive.
Oh, with the juggernaut.
Oh, and we got,
Shit.
but
Jackman's in the channel.
yeah. So I'll give him a chance to go at it. But when you have,
Look who just had to jump in.
yeah. But think about it. Like, yeah, with the PC, there's some good things about it. There's some benefits to being on the PC. You can do more with it, and you don't have to pay a subscription fee. But when you got people again now that Sinwar just jumped in, it's like you can't be mad that Quantum Break is going to PC and Xbox One. You know what I mean? If you value your Xbox One and this is gonna seem like cannibalizing their reason to sell consoles, they're not true gamers. They don't understand, and we're in changing times. You know what I mean? And then for those Street Fighter 5 and Sony fanboys are like, hey, don't let it go to another console or whatever. The greatest thing that Capcom announced when Street Fighter 5 was being released is that, there will be a PC port. Okay, I don't have that system, or I don't want to have that system, but I can still play it. Don't tell people, or don't be that type of fanboy where you don't want people to play games. You know what I mean? That has to cease. But Shinwar, since Takuma went last, I can put you in the order. We were talking about Quantum Break being dual released on PC and Xbox One, and you had that fanboy being upset about it and talking, directly.
Oh, the Phil Spencer.
Yeah. Now we were talking about why are people so selfish when it comes to that, but understanding he might feel that I don't have value in my Xbox One when I can get it on PC. You're gonna get it on wherever you're going to play on. If you're going to play on the Xbox One, get it on the Xbox One. If you're gonna play on the PC, get it on the PC. But don't be mad that they're opening the restrictions and taking down the barriers, because that Xbox fanboy, that stupid Xbot, it sounds like a Sony fanboy where they're like, good that Street Fighter's not coming out on Xbox One, but at least it's coming out on PC. That's the better of two evils. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I think it goes into being proud. Just like, hey, Quantum Break is only for the Xbox One, and for that dude to really kind of trip out and bug out that it's gonna kind of lame. Because at the same time, you can look at Street Fighter 5, like you stated earlier. It's like, okay, PS4 exclusive and PC. So I think what they're trying to do is, okay, the PC, I don't want to say it's the middle ground, but it's like, well, hey, if you don't have this other console, you can get it for PC. At the same time, there's a lot of people that don't have gaming PC. They just have your average, PC or whatever. And the hardcore gamer, they'll have it. But I think it's fine. It doesn't bother me. Hey, I think you would want that. So the more people that have the game and it sells well, the more they can make sequels.
Exactly.
They look at that.
Exactly.
They look at that. So,
and before you joined us, because I know you were driving back. It's something where with the Windows 10 and DirectX 12, right? If they don't have to split studios and increase the cost of games, like, oh, we have to do the X1 version, then we have to do the PC version. If they can develop it at one time, right?
Yeah.
And then just change certain things here and there. Okay, the PC, you can do your graphics filters and all your 4K resolution stuff on that. And then the Xbox version, take out some of the whatever. You know what I mean? It's less stress on the studios. And then, they could sell it one time and not worry about, oh man, we had to develop for PC, right? So now we still have to charge for it, R&D time, So I'm thinking if they can afford to not charge you twice for the same game, what's the problem?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I just don't understand. But, I'm looking at the chat. Captain Cap C, chicken and fries over here taking a break. What the?
Chicken and fries.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
just.
God.
But
Really, Capital? Really?
Yeah.
You had to come in the chat and be a troll. Good
well,
job.
you say he's fat. You say he's
Nah,
fat.
he's a troll. I met him probably about a year and a half ago.
You said he's on the pole.
And
He's a troll. Yeah.
And you're being dumb.
All right.
Gosh.
Illustrated Dio, what's going on, man? Thanks for checking us out today. All right. So, if anybody has anything to add to this, like, your thought process on, if this is good, bad, or ugly, and why is it that you got these narrow-minded fanboys that don't want other people to play their games?
Well,
what I mean?
I just see it as a very sad disappointment because now you guys are just being selfish. I don't really seem to understand. You don't get the concept. Without PC, none of these consoles will flourish. Ever. And I really don't understand that. When you guys go to E3, all right, let's give you a little insider tip. When you go to E3 and they preview something off of a hardware, when they specifically say, oh, it's running on Xbox or PlayStation firmware or the Wii firmware, it's not.
It's
Everything is pre-emulated on PC. Everything starts.
Yeah, all the vaporware is on PC. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Everything starts on the PC, so it was just bound to happen. And plus, it just makes sense. They're both Microsoft products. Why not bound them together? You're increasing your audience this way, and you're having more of a connecting. Because just like what Alex said, if On Your Knees has the PC dedicated, but Alex is able to switch back and forth between PC and Xbox One, he can still play with On Your Knees without having no trouble. It makes things easier to connect with people now. Don't be a dick and be like, oh, fuck that. It just might as well be a console exclusive. Same thing like how Street Fighter 5 is a console exclusive. If that's the case, then why does PC still have it? Why am I able to still play it on the PC? And if I wanted to go to the extra mile, I can still port the image on my Xbox One, unlike Sony. So there's many different ways around it, guys. Just stop being a Mitch, as Alex would say,
What?
and just formulate together.
Don't take my words.
Well, I'm pretty
That's
sure
Kevin
someone
Hart.
else
Yeah,
took your
Kevin
word.
Hart.
Oh, it's the Juggernaut.
I'm pretty sure Nuke took your word, but
Oh, shout out to Noop. The fist up, man. I know him and the Mizzle couldn't be on today because we were running late. So again, I apologize to everybody for that. But yeah, Nelson, if you want to close this segment, we can get ready for number 2.
sure. Thank you guys for tuning in to this portion of the podcast. I know we kind of started a bit late.
It's my fault.
Well, it's not really your fault. It's just life just chose a bad time to intervene with everyone's life today. That's what happened. Like, real talk. I was out doing my own thing. Alex had an emergency. On Your Knees had an emergency. Shinwar was out as well. Certain people got certain things to do. All right, guys. So just try to roll with us. But again, just subscribe.
Get on
to
the poll
YouTube
with us.
channel. Again with the poll. What's up with you with polls, man? You want me to buy you a poll? Want a strip poll in your house?
Yes.
Huh?
He needs to pull out of his ass pulled, but I don't know about that.
What the? Yo, end this segment.
Yikes.
End this segment.
But,
Yo.
thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to do very well with our partner Full Screen, and we've been doing good so far with the numbers, so we'd like to keep it up. And
You need to
for
keep
live
it up.
viewers, Here we go again. For you live viewers, stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly.
Oh, and
Oh,
on a final note, why is my phone blowing up? Shinwar knows my phone is blowing up. Facebook's blowing up. Event hubs, people hitting me up. What the heck?
Well, if you did something that hopefully you did not do,
No, I didn't. I told you I didn't.
Yo, bitch ass out of here.
Yeah, thank you, Takuma.
Play the game, sorry.
What'd you do, Alex? I don't know what you did, Alex. I'm curious.
I'll say. Well, you know what?
Being ultra and-
I'll say on the director's cut. All right, guys, we'll be back. All right, so
what did you do?
Yeah, what you do? Oh my goodness. What you do?
I didn't do
'Cause I'm-
anything.
I'm pretty sure people are bothering you for what they bothered from me for the last 3 days.
Shut up,
Now, what's with this poll thing? What's wrong with y'all? Stop being nasty.
what?
Takuma.
Also,
I know you've been at the strip club, son. Come on, man. Come on.
Not
Shinwar,
with
just,
Shinwar at the strip club.
Shinwar, just to update you, if you are planning to do any type of thing, it's just versus in training mode.
I know.
All right.
Well, what I'm gonna, you know what? I have something planned.
They already shut down 1,000 channels already.
Honestly, I don't even plan on doing that. I'm just gonna coast through storytelling and survival of the fittest.
But you do know somebody went on YouTube and put Rashid's story on there. Banned. He got
Yeah,
banned.
they're dumb, but
Wait, hold on.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, Chris, the game. You know what? I'll let Nelson talk about that on the PSA. There's a coupon. The game is only $45.
It's 35, not
On
45.
What
Groupon.
game?
What?
What game?
35.
35.
Unbelievable. Yo, all
I
right.
put it in the chat yesterday. It's $35.
Well, all right. So the next topic, I'm trying to see. Oh, okay, I'm gonna talk about the Titus O'Neil thing. All right. So I know that is because Shinwar's here and I got majority of the folks. It's a sensitive topic, but I know that we're mature and we'll handle it as best we can, without offending.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait. I got something for that comment. Where the hell is it? God
Alright.
damn it.
Who is tapping buttons?
It's Takuma.
I'm sorry. I was a bit slow on that one.
All right.
I was slow on that. I'm sorry.
All right. So
What's happening?
we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, New Gaming Order? Thank you for joining us for segment number 2. Make sure you check out our prior topic where we're talking about crossplay and cross-buy that Microsoft has finally listened to the fans and gave. Some Xbots who are extremists are not happy about it, but I'm giving you a summary. Make sure you go check out that particular topic on our YouTube, and check out the director's cut. The next topic we're going to be discussing for our WWE fans, right? Unfortunately, Daniel Bryan has had to retire due to multiple concussions, injuries, things of that nature, and we wish him well. It's unfortunate that he didn't get the pushes that he should have earlier in his career, but to the rest of your career, Daniel Bryan, whatever position that WWE offers you, don't go away from the company. At least be some sort of personality or entity there, training the next Daniel Bryan, so to speak, or I don't know. No one's gonna command the crowd like he did. I mean, you had Stone Cold, you had The Rock, but Daniel Bryan was special because he is that guy that wasn't supposed to be at the top.
Alex
But
Bryan.
yeah, that's my bro right there. But in the aftermath of his retirement speech, there was a segment that went down on the WWE network, and as you can see in the stream on Discord, Titus O'Neil was suspended for, I think, basically what went down. Vince McMahon was walking, through the crowd of wrestlers, and it was said that Titus O'Neil playfully,
What the?
grabbed Vince McMahon's forearm
Who's
What the heck?
breathing heavy
What
into
the
the
heck
mic?
is that?
Who is
You alright,
breathing?
NYC?
What? What's going on?
You
Yeah,
were
Yo,
there's a
breathing
lot of
heavy into the
background
mic.
noise.
it sounded like somebody was like rubbing themselves. What?
Having a struggle.
What the fuck? I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
You're,
All right,
it
but
sounds like you're making love to it.
it's like, yeah, wow,
Jelly? Oh.
peanut butter jelly time. But with that, pretty much Titus O'Neil, I guess playfully, grabbed Vince McMahon's forearm. Now we don't know exactly why that occurred, but Shinwar had some information when I saw him earlier that I'm gonna let him get the floor first. But for something so simple as like a misunderstanding in terms of being touched, Vince McMahon pushed Titus O'Neil and suspended him for 90 days. That would have had him miss WrestleMania. Now, I guess with the internet and Twitter backlash, they reduced it to 60 days. But still, Dave Bautista was on Twitter saying, okay, ask for an apology and ask for your release. You know what I mean? If Vince was in a fucking bad mood that day, don't take it out on your employees or whatever. You know what I mean? That was extremely unprofessional, and it was an overreaction. You know what I mean? If somebody doesn't know that they wronged an individual, doesn't mean you have to, do Jin Satomi Bladia punch somebody. No, hey, look, I didn't like what you did. This is why. But to outright suspend them, and you had the man show up to one of the events, and then you had these folks tell him, "Oh, go home. Just go home." I think that if Titus O'Neil was like a John Cena or a freaking Randy Orton or a Brock Lesnar, you think he would have done that to Brock Lesnar? I think that was a respect factor too. And if Titus O'Neil's not like a champion or anything, but this man is, aside from the major guys that are doing the Soldier T. Coleman anti-bullying, the reading campaigns, the charity, he's like number one or two on the list. So for the way that Vince responded, I'm actually pissed off at Vince for that. But then again, we don't know what was going on in his head, if he was frustrated or irritable. Like I'm irritable today, and y'all saw that earlier. You know what I mean?
Chocolate. You'll be
We
alright.
need more. We need more angry Alex. This is very entertaining.
Well, but you know what? Here's my thing. I'm a fan of WWE, but fuck you, Vince, for that. That was so unnecessary. So unnecessary. Whatever was
Fuck your
up.
life. Fuck your mouth.
Yeah, if he wasn't on his meds, he's probably becoming a senile fucking old man. But I respect Vince. But this is how I feel about it. Titus O'Neil did not deserve that for what he did. There's other people like Hulk Hogan and the whole steroid scandal. Vince almost went to jail for Hulk Hogan because he was going to testify against him in the 80s. And look, he still broke bread with the guy or whatever. And then all of a sudden now they're stuck in this, oh, we have to look great in front of, Make-A-Wish and all that. And then, Vince, you overdid it. You overdid it. I think Titus O'Neil needs to really stop and look and like, should I work for a guy like this? You know what I mean? Vince needs to. I think Vince needs to remove himself from TV again and just let the product work. You know what I mean? But
Well,
that's just my little rant on it. I wanted to give Shinwar, if you can fill in what I was talking about, because you mentioned it to me in the car earlier, but the Titus O'Neil
Yeah,
suspension.
yeah. So the rumor was that Titus O'Neil was trying to block Vince to allow Stephanie to go in front of him as an honoring a woman. That was the rumor. Like he was trying to say, "Hey, ladies first." I watched the video and I was very upset about the situation even before I saw the video. So when I saw the video, you see a black hand grab Vince, and like Vince just like pushed him off, and we don't know the details. It didn't air on TV. It was only on the WWE network. So I definitely Vince overreacted. If anything, he could have after the event, after the show was done, could have pulled Titus O'Neil in the back and was like, "Hey, well, why'd you touch me like that or whatever." But to suspend this guy initially for 90 days for grabbing you, okay, I get it. You're the boss. You don't want to be touched. I got it. But come on, Vince. It's Black History Month. Come on,
Oh.
come on, Vince.
Ooh, that's
Come
good
on,
shade.
Vince.
You
Oh.
just
Come
petty.
on.
You petty.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Nah,
You
nah.
petty. You just petty.
Yeah.
Nah,
But
at the end of the day, like Alex said, Titus O'Neil puts in a lot of work. Not in the. I mean, he does good stuff in the ring, but a lot of his work is with the charities, is being something with the dealing with children and being fathers.
Hmm.
Like this guy's a face of that, and he does a lot of work. And I'm like, Vince, that was a little too much. Now, on the flip side, not for nothing, I had to look at that video again. I had to put myself in Vince's shoes, right?
Hmm.
I think with him shoving Titus O'Neil, that was enough. That should have been it.
Yeah.
That should have been it. If you didn't want to be touched, because obviously Titus O'Neil, maybe he felt he had that rapport with Vince McMahon to do that, but apparently he doesn't because the man just got suspended.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Triple H could have got away with it, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's what I'm saying.
so
It depends on who you are,
yeah,
or what
yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, I just think he overreacted, man. And to me,
yeah.
right there, it's
can I
like
jump in?
it's like I don't respect you. Fuck off me. Who the hell? And you know what? That shows Vince's personality. Like a lot of people say he can be fucked up. Like he's hard to
Yeah,
deal with. He's a good
yeah.
guy,
You'll
but
have
come on.
surprise after everything he's pulled over
Well,
the years.
Yeah, okay, but
okay.
Shinwar, were you done so I can give
No,
Playboy?
yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go ahead,
I'm
Playboy.
I'm looking and I agree with with David Batista. He should have asked for his release. That's you know what and go on to do bigger and better things. I don't get it. And it's no well not no I'm talking about like movies or something.
Yeah.
But still, I don't understand it. Is Titus still part of that group that does all that shucking and jiving and?
Oh no, no, primetime players not anymore.
From time to time they'll team up though, but
Hmm.
he's a singles competitor.
Okay, so I don't I haven't watched
Shucking and jiving.
WWE. Yeah, that's what it is. Cooning for dollars. Anyway, that's another.
But let me tell you something though. If Vince was so big and bad, here's my thing. If Vince was so big and bad, when Bret Hart knocked him the fuck out after the Montreal Screwjob, why didn't he go after Bret then? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
He was
That
already leaving though. Bret was
no,
already leaving.
still,
So you can't
no, no,
suspend
no,
him.
no, no. If it's something where now, like, let's remove professionalism, right?
Okay.
If Bret Hart punched this man, he punched him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Spit in his face and all this other stuff. And Titus O'Neil just, if what you said is true, or he wanted to Stephanie to go first, or trying to be a gentleman or something. We don't know. This is all speculation. But if it was that, why didn't he do that to Bret Hart when Bret Hart was bodying his ass after in Montreal? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Brett was a champion. Brett was that guy. Oh yeah, we have to keep it on the low low. Vince, you fucked up with that. I see him very differently as a result. You know what I mean? And to me, I'm gonna put it out there. It has nothing to do with race. To me, it was about who Titus O'Neil is on the totem pole. You know what I mean? So some.
Okay.
No, I'm
Okay.
just saying. I'm just saying, like the way that went down, Vince. If he wasn't taking his meds or didn't have his prune juice that day, bro, it is what it
Prune
is.
juice.
Yeah, but Playboy, continue, and then I'll give Nelson the
No,
floor.
I'm done. So yeah, I yield my time. I'm done.
All right, and Nelson, what are your thoughts on the Titus O'Neil suspension? Was it overdone? Was it justified?
I will say this much based on the research I've been doing. He's not suspended for 90 days. He's only suspended for 60
No, they
days.
reduced it. They reduced
They
it.
reduced it.
But here's the issue. He has done several incidents while messing around with Vince more than one time. This
Okay.
wasn't like the only time on air that he has done something like rough housing or just like okay.
Okay.
Let me put it this way.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
put
be
it out there
realistic.
so we know because if
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah. If you're part of a company that is this is my opinion of it. Wrestling of WWE is a soap opera for men.
yeah.
That's how I see it. And if you're supposed to be acting, despite a man leaving the business, which was Daniel Bryan, and as he was leaving and going off air on the WWE network, you still did something that was unintentionally out of character. you got in trouble not only for that, but fucking up several times previously with actual like personal things.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, I can understand for Vince McMahon justifying for him to get a 60-day or 90-day suspension.
Mm-hmm.
But suspending a man who's actually put so much effort into the business behind the scenes, there's a backlash between that because now when
It just
people
looks
will see this
bad.
news,
Yeah.
when people will see this news, not only will it be a racial issue,
Yeah.
because of course that's the first thing they're gonna see. It's
Yeah.
gonna be not only a racial issue, but now it's gonna be like, yo, this guy is a father figure to a lot of boys and girls out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's done a lot of. He's even went out of his way and bought 26 homeless people from
Oh
outside
yeah,
to
yeah,
buy
yeah,
them
yeah,
dinner.
yeah,
Like, who the fuck does that?
Yeah.
It's just like this man has so much like credibility off camera
Yeah.
and behind
Yeah.
the scenes. But again, when from a business standpoint, from what I hear, he has fucked up several times.
Mhm.
And
But
he
who
went out of
hasn't though?
character.
Who hasn't?
I know.
Look at
I'm gonna
Randy
explain that
Orton.
too.
Like you know
I'm gonna
he.
explain that too.
All right.
He went out of character on camera and he didn't supposed to. That I can understand. With the whole thing with Bret Hart or any other known WWE wrestler, despite of however fucked up it may be, Vince also knows business is business. If he can
Yeah.
still make some type of money off of it, he will. And let's realistically be honest, Titus O'Neil as a wrestler is not business for him right now.
That's what I'm
Big
saying.
enough-
That's what
he's
I'm
not big
saying.
enough
There you
to
go.
give a shit.
There you go. There you go.
So-
You confirmed what I said early.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're right. No, you're absolutely right. But I just don't like the fact that if he was able to get that penalty, why not do it to everyone else?
Yeah.
Show an example.
Yeah.
Set that example to a
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar, to a Randy Orton, to whoever else.
Brock
owns
Lesnar would body his
WWE.
ass. Brock Lesnar don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, here's the crazy part. Brock even said if he was to leave the company today, it's not going to affect him. He still has his family.
He has his farm. He's
owns
doing his
the
thing.
farm. He still generates revenue
Yeah.
with other businesses. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you know what? I want to see him do that to like his favorite folks like Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, The Rock, those folks. You know what I mean? I think that it made me see like how does he respect people? You know what I mean? Okay, Titus O'Neil went on Twitter and said, okay, he apologized, stupid mistake. Okay, now if he had a history, that's another thing. But keep it off screen. Don't do it like Shinwar said, not so that people like me can have an opinion on it, or the staff can have an opinion on it.
That's true.
I think that the unprofessionalism came from Vince and how he was
But-
just like
but
knee-jerk
you do
reaction
know-
right there.
They gave Titus O'Neil an unprofessional conduct. That's why they suspended him. That was the reason. So he's walking up the ramp. It wasn't on TV, WWE Network. Maybe because the cameras on the network were still on.
Hmm.
Whatever. In Vince's mind, hey, don't touch me. But let's just be real. If it was a John Cena or whatever,
He wouldn't have done that.
I don't think it would have been a problem.
Exactly.
No.
He would not have done that. He'd have been hee ha 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 ha.
No, he would have like
Yeah.
he would have been like, hey, John, come on, John,
Oh,
come on,
and then-
come on,
and
John.
then wait,
Let's keep
wait.
it real.
Wait, and honestly, real quick, speaking of somebody's touching somebody, when Daniel Bryan was walking up that ramp and Vince McMahon gave him that hug, and that was a fake hug and a fake smile.
Yeah, well, try to look good for the folks out there, but they never wanted Bryan to be their guy. Never wanted him to be the face. You know what I mean? And even when Ric Flair was retiring, remember how he came out like, oh yeah, giving them the exaggerated hugs and stuff. And
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never like spoke like against Vince or anything like that. When they came out to see us in Afghanistan, where my soldiers met the Big Show, and the Divas and all that, I love WWE. But sometimes the things that people in WWE do can really like brush you the wrong way. And Vince, that was just unnecessary. Unnecessary.
At the end of the day, it's a multi-million-dollar business, so
Yeah.
it's not all about hugs and kisses, okay?
Yeah, business is business, like everybody else said. But
Yeah,
Well,
but
no,
despite the fact of it being like fake of like who he does really care about, Vince even said it, and this has also been reported. This is the reason why he doesn't want figureheads of certain heights no more. I don't know if you read that article,
Mm.
but he mentioned Rey Mysterio, Daniel Bryan, Kalisto, and other people that's not of height average. They tend to be very injury prone for like the normal wrestlers. That's like
Oh,
six
like
three, six
Neville.
five,
Yeah.
6'6". Well, Neville's an exception due to the fact that he's considered like in regular height requirement.
Uh
But
huh.
everyone else below Neville is like it's a teeter totter type of thing. That's why you don't see that many like upcoming wrestlers coming up so quickly because they want to make sure they can take the bigger bumps.
Yeah,
Not
the
just because like
durability. Yeah.
yeah, not because the dude's stronger than you. No, it's because of the height. Because if you
Mhm.
fall at a certain angle, game over. It's the same thing what happened with Seth Rollins. He tried to be crazy. He fucked up his shit.
That's
And
probably gonna change his wrestling style too. You
yeah,
know.
it will. It will make him a little bit more safer. But Vince has always had an ideal figurehead to always run the company. So far, it was John Cena for as long as I can remember, and now slowly but surely it's gonna be Roman Reigns because this is another thing I found out. We can even go as far back as the first Raw. Anyone who comes out first in the intro and ends last on the intro is your figurehead. Roman Reigns starts it, Roman Reigns ends it. Same
Mm.
thing with John Cena. John Cena had his start, John Cena ended it in the intro. Same thing
Mhm.
with the divas. If whoever's the first diva that they show is the top girl.
Mhm.
And that's how
Wow.
you split everyone from the rest. And then everyone else just gets thrown in as just like ink
Mhm.
splat.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know what? Shinwar made a good point, and I was thinking about that. Unless we were Vince in that moment, we'll never know why he snapped like that. You know what I mean? So again, this is just from an outside perspective. And again, if some of the WWE fans of this podcast, agree with Vince or whatever, I want to unsub, I can't
Hold
stop
on.
you.
Okay.
Oh, but I can say this.
That's
It,
Playboy.
it was, it was just too far. But on your knees, then Takuma, do you want to weigh in on,
Yeah.
all right, Takuma, go first.
Yeah, okay, all right. I read about the whole thing. I did the research on it. I mean, and I know the fan base and everybody online throughout racial slur, well, not racial slur, but with racially biased and everything else. It kind of brings up to a point where it's like, when did people just get a little bit too sensitive about something,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
Like you
exactly.
said, we don't know the whole ordeal behind the scenes. People who watch it got their own opinions. We
Mm-hmm.
can't take this to a sensitive level because a black man got suspended by a white man in the company. Okay, we can't just automatically throw that in the whole racial bubble. Okay, like you said, we don't know what happened, but let's take away from that negative and be like, okay, if you did something stupid prior to this, like Shinwar explained, if you repeatedly doing stupid stuff, you get suspended. You just can't say, oh, well, I'm black, he's white. You can't do that because we don't know exactly what happened. So let's take away from this whole,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he did it because he's black, it's Black History Month. All right, we can joke about it, but let's be real about it. If he
Mm-hmm.
did some other outlandish stuff prior to this,
Mm-hmm.
then me as a boss, yeah, I'm like, okay, you know what? Look, I've been talking to you
But still,
numerous
as a
times
leader,
about this.
Takuma, me, you, and Shinwar are military, right? What if a
Right,
squad
yeah.
leader, we go in and push our private like that?
Oh, I'm a reprimand my squad leader right then and there. I'm like, first of all, who the hell are you pushing him?
Yeah, you
For
know what I'm
what?
saying? Like, as a leader, as a supervisor, or a head, imagine a battalion commander come out and push their first sergeant in the eye of everybody in formation.
First, I'd be able to swing on his ass.
You know what I'm saying? Like there would
I was
there,
like,
there would be
oh,
IG complaints, there would be like
right.
investigations and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Now, I worked on both sides of the military, so I seen it happen, and I did the reports on stuff like that. Trust me, the stuff that I read will blow your freaking mind about racial stuff, sexual harassment stuff, and trust me when I tell you, the stuff that I seen as far as me being a former Marine,
yeah,
trust me, it was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, like we
Mm-hmm.
don't know what happened behind the scenes.
yeah. Oh, and
Especially with this whole
and
side of the military, but
Playboy also. Like, I'm sure he's seen in his time in the service too. Like,
yeah,
imagine
Man.
a leader to come out and do that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
again, a lot of people who brought this to me wanted me to like, hey, make it a racial thing. No, this has to do with professional acumen and how
Like we
people
had, like
should
at
and
one time
shouldn't act.
we had a white platoon sergeant, and we was going in Camp Pendleton. We was going through the trenches and everything else and whatnot. He was complaining. He said some outlandish stuff to us. About the third night, we was like, okay, we about had it with this dude. So at night when we went to sleep.
Well,
You
it,
know, that so party.
We,
so
oh
party.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, we
The
did.
soap
Oh yeah,
sock
we
party,
all whooped
yep.
this. We all, and then the kind of next day when our battalion commander came out and I first saw him, he talked all. He said, "What happened?" We all said, "Okay." Platoon sergeant, no matter what he is, but I know we all about to get in trouble for it. Platoon sergeant said some outlandish stuff. We all witnesses. Y'all want to do anything about it? So we took matters in our own hands. We all
All
whooped his
right.
ass.
And thanks
On
to
my
the
language,
new,
but
yeah,
I was. And the son, he couldn't say nothing about it. I was like, tell everybody what you said to us prior to these days.
yeah.
He couldn't say nothing. I was like, oh, you don't have nothing to say now because you're tap dancing on the dance floor. But when we was out here,
You on the
doing
dance
this too.
floor?
Yeah, tap on the dance floor. That's the old Marine Corps slogan. Tap on the
Dang.
dance floor. I mean, you on a hot seat. You tapping. So it was
Dang.
like, yeah. So next thing you know, he got replaced.
Well, and
Like he
I
should have been.
mm-hmm. On your knees. What are your thoughts on how Vince McMahon responded? And when we used to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch the pay-per-views and stuff, we know how crazy Vince gets. You know what I mean? But what are your thoughts on how he handled the whole thing? And if you didn't see the video, I had it looping in the background if you wanted to check it out on your knees.
No, that's all right. Everyone's acting surprised that Vince would do something like this, but you got the whole thing to consider. This is probably based on previous behavior, where he was itching to do something to this guy.
Yeah, sorry,
He
I
just
think
looked
It gave him a reason. It gave him a reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty
And,
much.
and Vince has a massive ego, so he's not going to allow anyone to tell him he's wrong
Right.
or he overreacted. So this is pretty par for the course.
Yeah.
What I would expect from this,
And I think
especially if you get a shitty reputation beforehand.
this is true. This is
I'm
true.
referring to the wrestler because I haven't really been following wrestling at all. I even had to look up Daniel Bryan to see who the hell he was.
What? Oh my.
God.
No,
I
but
guess I could look like it if I got in shape and didn't go bald and I grew out my beard. But
yeah,
that's not happening.
yeah. But you know
Never grow
what?
Hair on your head.
Yeah, I know. Me, Shinwar, we're following that suit. But with
Wait,
that,
hold on, wait. I have to unleash my inner child. Hold on. Where the hell? God damn it! My laugh track sucks. I gotta clean this up a bit.
yeah, but
Never mind. All right, I fail. Oh, here it is. That's what I wanted. That's how I feel about my hair.
but
Your
what,
hair.
But
Yeah,
what,
my
what,
hair.
with that, to close the topic out, just in general, whether he had priors before, this is Staff Sergeant Alex U. Elmera of the United States Military saying that there's always a better way. There's always a better way. Because when you have somebody blowing wind at you, or think of it like escalation of force or our rules of engagement. If somebody throws a stick at you, you don't take a MK or 47 or get a 203.
50.
Yeah, you don't use that. You know what I mean? You handle it at the ratio. You know what I mean? If somebody comes at you fisticuffs, you don't pull out a gun. Fist to fist. You know what I mean? The appropriate stuff for that. Like now, people are gonna be afraid to touch Vince because they're gonna get fear of suspension.
Please,
You
spear his ass. Take this.
Yeah, I think
Takuma, you'll be out of a job after that. You'll be out of a job after that.
All I have to say
I
is,
know.
if a boss is out to get you, be on your best fucking behavior.
yeah.
You don't give him
Oh,
any
yeah.
reason to come.
But here's the thing: I don't think he would have touched him like that if he knew he was already in trouble. You know what I mean?
I don't buy that.
No,
If
he-
I
So
was
my
already
other
in hot
former
water.
Marines was coming back. Hey, stay off the radar.
He probably didn't expect. I'm pretty sure Vince did overact immediately, but yeah, you just got to be in your best behavior.
Yeah,
You're,
but I'm not gonna
ridiculous.
sugarcoat it. I'm feeling some kind of way with how Vince acts. You know what I mean? And many of you know I am not a fan of CM Punk. I am not a fan of CM Punk. But
I like
when
CM Punk.
when he he just has his attitude, his in-ring ability. I love it.
Shout out.
You know the Phil Brooks. He's an excellent wrestler, great performer, just underutilized. But there's some things that he said that now I'm beginning to see, like, you know what, the guy was right. The guy was right. But with that being said, anything else we say on this will be on a director's cut. So I highly encourage you guys to check out our director's cut. But make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on New Gaming Order for the latest and greatest gaming news, wrestling news, and pop culture. So make sure you sub, tell your friends about us, and thank you to our new follower. I wasn't able to look at the Twitch chat, but as we grow this year, we want to get more people involved in our show. So, Nelson, do you have anything to add before we go into intermission?
No, I do not.
Okay, so we out like juggernaut bitches. Join us for our next segment. For those live, stay tuned. We're gonna go and prep for segment number 4. Peace. That was a good topic, guys.
What's next?
That
Spotify, staying alive.
well, all right. Hold on.
No, I ain't gonna talk about. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about that.
Yo, what is this with Ubisoft seeing more value in Xbox One owners than PS4?
Ubisoft.
That's not true, and that's a
Ubi-
false
yeah.
statistic.
What's that?
That's a false statistic.
Yeah, I want to talk about it. I know it's gonna be clickbait. It's
Yeah, it's a false statistic. Just like now when I was reading up upon the whole that Quantum Break thingy being on the PC and Xbox One,
uh huh.
where the fuck are these websites getting fake questionnaire figures from?
I don't
Like, that shit's
know.
annoying me now.
Yeah,
Washing my hands, people. Washing my hands.
washing your ass. What?
I said washing my hands.
Yo, what the heck
Dear
is he
water, I'm
talking
just washing my
about?
hands. I knew somebody was gonna say something nasty about it.
Yo.
What the heck?
You
Hey.
normally do that in the shower.
Yeah. Hey, coffee, Dart. I'm still doing the podcast, so I can't play Advanced Welfare right now.
Advanced
Unbelievable.
welfare.
Yeah.
really?
Wait.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wait.
He said advanced welfare.
Wait a
Oh
minute.
my God.
Wait a minute. New Gaming Order. Shinwar over here. I was.
No.
Wait.
No.
Wait.
You just said this guy said he said advanced welfare. Call him
Wait,
Duty,
wait,
advanced
let-
welfare.
Advanced welfare.
But you know
Check
what?
the
It's all about
tapes.
advanced.
Yeah.
It's all about Advanced Welfare 4, Return of the Food Stamps.
Dang.
Hey,
Wait a minute.
I can't deal with that crap. Shut up.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. No, Shinwar, me and Sweet Meat. Like, okay, those of you.
Hey,
Sweet meat.
yo,
Can I tell the story? Can I talk? All right, hold
I
on.
don't think so. Not with this bunch of jokers.
Wait a minute. What happened? All right, New Gaming Order, director's cut exclusive.
You found yourself at the truck stop and you put your mouth on the glory hole?
yo.
Wait a minute. Chris was too detailed with that, so that makes me wonder what's going. Like, are you speaking from experience, my friend?
I have to earn extra money somehow.
You know what? Anyway, I was playing. Okay, we New Gaming Order.
God damn it.
I can't. All right, New Gaming Order. We have a little squad. We play Halo. We have Sweet Meat. We have Rector, Shinwar, and myself. Right? We represent for the company. We do our thing. Right? So I'm switching from Halo 5 to Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Shinwar comes out and says, "Oh, you're gonna play Advanced Welfare?" Had everybody dying in the room. I'm like, he said Advanced Welfare. So I'm starting the other stream. I couldn't get that out of my head. And people on full screen who are watching that like, "Oh yeah, you're playing Advanced Welfare?" I'm like, "No, we're playing Advanced Warfare." But you can thank Shinwar for that. That's the origin of the joke. So thank you, Shin Jackman.
You're welcome.
He was willing to take the grace for that. Unbelievable.
Dart 23466. Okay.
Yeah, Advanced Welfare. Yo, funny guy, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I need to get on that Black Ops. Fuck that Advanced Warfare dumb shit.
Yo, Advanced Warfare is dope, man.
Not better than Black Ops. I'll tell you that right now.
Black Cops.
Not better than Black Ops 3. Way better.
Oh,
It's not was it Call of Duty?
yeah.
Yeah, Call of Booty. Yes, that from last night. From
Yeah.
last
Lord
night.
have mercy.
Oh.
Yeah,
And what did you say last night?
Unbelievable.
No, the whole phrase.
Well, Call of Booty.
No, my girlfriend said something last night in the chat.
Call of
She's-
Duty Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Wow. He said he
She's like, stop
Hold
playing
on.
that shitty ass Call of Booty, yo.
oh.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, where the hell's my rim shot? There it is. Sorry, that I was a bit slow on that.
All right.
I'm trying to get a new sound effect. I just realized the one I have to get, thanks to Alex's little outburst about his truck stop.
The bus stop.
Damn.
Oh, the
Okay.
truck stop. I'm sorry, the truck stop.
Alrighty. So,
Oh
guys,
my
the next
God.
the next topic is gonna be new Call of Duty. No, no, no. Oh well, actually, there's two of them. I'm just gonna roll them into one.
Didn't we
Uh,
cover this topic some time ago?
well, no, no, what? Yeah, we did. You know what? Screw that one.
Yeah, we did, because they announced that they was gonna have 3 companies work on Call of Duty for like the next 4 years.
Yeah, it kind of gives them like a 2 year revolve window, but it's still gonna be a Sledgehammer, a Treyarch, and Infinity Ward. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right,
I
so
think
we're
it's Infinity Ward's turn this time.
yeah, I think their game is coming out this year, so it's all good. All right, so in 3, 2, 1, what's going on? New Game in Order. Those of you just joining us for YouTube, watch the director's cut. It's funny stuff. It has some exclusive content between topics. You're gonna have a lot of fun with it. You know, with the advanced Call of Duty welfare system that Shinwar enacted for 2016. So, with that, the next topic we're actually going to be talking about a disclaimer. I know some fans are gonna feel some kind of way, but Ubisoft sees more value in Xbox One gamers than PS4. Now, I don't know if this is clickbait. Why would they? It's so PlayStation 4 has a larger user base by almost double. You know, why would they? Okay, the article is by Brad Jones of GamerRant.com or GameRant.com. And looking at the article, according to the new data released by Ubisoft, the studio sees a noticeably higher amount of revenue coming from Xbox One players than their PS4 counterparts. Now, Nelson was talking about where did they get these reports from and so on and so forth. But Nelson, what are your thoughts on this, and what was the rebuttal that you had in reference to this topic?
The reason being why I'm asking this, because I don't know if it's just like 2016 shenanigan bullshit, but I want to know how Ubisoft is saying that they see more value in the Microsoft or Xbox One community than the PlayStation 4 gamers. How can you statistically keep getting these fake numbers and not showing us just so we can actually prove this? Because either one, you're taking a bullshit survey from something out of thin air, and you're just probably trying to express your own opinion towards your viewers. I don't know, like, if that's the case, but last time I checked, Ubisoft is doing exceptionally well on both sides. I don't think there's like one topples the other.
Yeah. Well, the news also, well, from GameRant.com, they got it from, what's that, VentureBeach.com, and they were showing a bundle of the Division for Xbox One. And, you know, they say an Xbox One player is worth more to Ubisoft than a PlayStation 4 player. And this is from February 11th, 2016.
But how?
Yeah.
But all right, look. Let me shed some light on this real quickly.
Well,
If
I'll
you
link
guys-
it. I'll link it in the Discord so you can
No,
check
I
it
see
out.
it. I see the thing. But how are you guys just starting to say this now in 2016? Just because the Division is coming out with exclusive content a month early on the Xbox One doesn't mean that it's shitting on the PlayStation 4 fan base. You gotta understand, Assassin's Creed was doing super good on the PlayStation side of things.
Mhm.
Getting exclusive content, exclusive costumes, linking up with the Ubisoft.com website to unlock other shit. So, how all of a sudden you're just saying like, oh, they're valuing the Microsoft customers when over the past maybe 5 years it's been on equal terms,
Yeah.
and it's just because of the game. And the only reason why it seems like that because Xbox bought the exclusive rights. It's not Ubisoft.
Oh,
doing it.
did they?
Yeah, that's how things work. How
Wait
you
a
think
minute.
fucking Sony? How you think Sony has exclusive content for a year in Destiny? They bought it out. Same thing with Microsoft. They bought out the Division.
How come I didn't catch
early
that?
Content access. Same thing with Call of Duty. It happens like this. The
Uh-huh.
company goes out and buys the exclusive time rights for certain content so they could be ahead of the game. That's how it works.
But and
The
here's the funny thing, Nelson.
Mhm.
The statistics are showing that I guess the metric value for every $1 that's spent on the PlayStation Network in terms
Mhm.
of like follow-on content,
Okay.
they make 25 cents more on the Xbox side of the house. But
See, that's full of shit.
to me, I don't understand that. There's so many more PS4 users out there. Where are they
That's
getting these numbers from?
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
believe it.
To me, I think it's a false statistic. And as I was saying before, you have the developers, which is of course Ubisoft, to asking, on a certain platforms like, hey, do you want early release content? X and Y and Z amount of money, and if the corporation agrees to it, then that's what's going to happen. And as of lately, Sony has been winning with a lot of stuff, but getting exclusive IPs, getting exclusive DLC a year earlier. Same thing like, look it, Rise of the Tomb Raider, right? When it
Mhm.
came out first, Xbox One, right?
Mhm.
It came out first for a year time exclusive. After that year time span goes up, PlayStation will get it. PC users are just now suddenly getting the game.
Mhm. But
So
that's a knee jerk reaction to like poor sales and a bad launch. Like they should have released the game a lot earlier before
no,
Fallout.
yeah, but that's true. But what I'm trying to say is that the corporation has more of the power to choose and say that we want the content to appear on our console first, so we could generate the sales faster and have our numbers up. That's how
Mhm.
it always has been. It's been around with Call of Duty. It's been around with what's the other shit? Certain sports games are like that.
Mhm.
Certain shooters are like that. This is a known thing that's been going on for years, guys. Like,
Yeah.
it's just 2016. The Division is coming out for a month early of early access. Like, you're bitching about that? Like, seriously?
I don't care who does what to Yoshi Highway.
All right.
I'm done with
Well,
my rebuttal, though.
okay. So, Playboy, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that's legit what Ubisoft is saying with the 25 cents more? To me, a quarter more per DLC or post-launch content sales, it doesn't seem like much to me, considering that if that were the other way around, like they would be killing it on the Sony side. You know what I mean? But what are your thoughts?
I hope he's there.
Oh,
Playboy! Stop
Wait,
being-
sorry,
There
I
you
was
go.
muted. Sorry, I like what I was,
he he,
I was saying.
he said he pooted.
It's some console stuff. I don't concern myself with those people.
What do you mean those people?
He means PC Master Race.
Alrighty.
I really, I mean,
I know.
it is. I understand.
Wait, what do you
I-
mean those people?
Those people.
Wow.
those.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
But it's I don't. This is confusing to me. Why? It's a revenue stream. Why are you gonna talk bad about one of your revenue streams? I don't get that.
Yeah, that
You know,
stupid.
this is where I can see where people say, you know what, fuck you, Ubisoft. Then that's a boycott right there. You know, you don't want my business, well, fine. I'm not gonna buy your games or whatever. You know, just
Your buggy
yeah,
ass games.
yeah, it's just that's a big mistake, especially in business. You don't do that in any kind of forum or format.
Mhm.
Twitter, blog posting, interview, nothing like that. You know, you don't at your quarterly financials, you don't even say nothing like that. No. Just stupid on their part. If no, you're in the business of making money and you got two highly profitable revenue streams, you're not going to no.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's my thoughts on that.
All right. All right. On your knees, what are your thoughts? Like, I think Playboy pretty much killed the topic right there. You know, but yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, he did a good job. I don't know. Who the hell said this within Ubisoft?
Well, I'm trying to look now because I put the link in the chat. So I guess there's some sort of report. We can clearly see that the Xbox One has the higher annual revenue producing. Okay. I don't see a name in here, but I'll put that one in the Discord for you to scan. But man, like that's not a good thing to put out there because Sony is like guaranteed money. Well, not guaranteed money, but potentially more money with more users out there to move more units of software. So I don't know who took this and decided to put it out there, but somebody should be fired because it's like, damn,
You're
what if
fired.
Sony fans be like, oh, screw you then, no, we're not gonna do that, and then you know what I mean? Like I don't know, it didn't make sense to me.
But you know what? I think George Takai has something to say about this.
Oh my.
Yeah, all right.
You know what? I gotta shorten that clip. Okay. What? I gotta shorten that first part so it comes up right away. There we go. I'll fix that. But yeah, that's not much. NYC covered it exactly for me. It's just stupid. I really don't think this is true, or it's some second-tier employee of the company who spouted off on Twitter or something, and he's about to get his ass raked over the coals.
Ass raped? What the heck?
No, ass raked.
Oh, I thought he said raped. All right.
You know the shit you like your lady to do to you at night with a rake.
Oh my God!
Holy
hell!
All right, you know what? Shin Takuma and Shinmore still have to go. So, Takuma, what are your thoughts on Ubisoft releasing that information? You know, they make a quarter more per user.
Statistical data that proves this, and I'll believe you. Until I see that, I don't really believe it. Give me proof.
Well,
Give me proof. Prove me wrong. Instead of just putting it on, oh, what it is. Show me some statistical data, some charts, some graph charts, some numbers, some prices.
yeah, like a graph.
Then I'll believe you.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Lastly, Shinmore, what are your thoughts on that? Like, you know,
I fixed it.
what the heck?
No, I'm fixing soundboard stuff now.
Oh, okay. All right. If Shinwar's still with us, you know, what are your thoughts that Ubisoft would release information like this? You know, saying that they're more profiting on the Xbox One as opposed to PS4, which I just don't get. I wish Khalif was on today. I know the timing.
Booty, where you at?
Oh, he's probably on the phone. All right, with that, we're gonna bring the topic to an end. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com for the latest and greatest gaming news. And Nelson, can you finish closing us out while I set up the next topic?
Thank you guys for watching once again for this particular topic with the Ubisoft and supposedly bullshit numbers, in my opinion. For you guys watching on the YouTube side, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Takuma, please mute your mic, which you're rattling.
Sorry.
And for you live viewers, I greatly appreciate you guys coming out. If you haven't followed already to the channel, please do. And yeah, we'll be moving on to the next topic shortly.
All right, we're hitting you with the head crush. Join us for the next segment. Peace. Alrighty,
Okay,
so
I'll be real quick.
the next one, I think we can make this the last segment. We'll just do PSAs and stuff.
Okay.
So with that,
Talk about Shimbor's bald head.
what the heck, yo,
I
and
want to see
he,
if he's gonna jump on
How
it.
many people in here have a bald head?
I don't.
I do.
I do.
Okay, so there's nothing to be ashamed if you have a bald head.
Amazing.
Nothing to be ashamed about.
Unbelievable.
I just miss my hair. That's all.
Listen,
I just miss it.
listen. I miss my long ponytail that I used to have when I first met you guys at Comic-Con. So I miss my hair.
Ew. Nelson, you'll be all right.
I know I will.
You'll be all
I know
right.
your girlfriend is not approving of that.
She wants my long hair.
Oh, alright.
No comment.
What?
She wants my long hair that I used to have in 2011.
Yo, I'm noticing something with Street Fighter 5. I keep getting disconnected from the server.
They did that purposely because there was too many people streaming yesterday. This is what I said before.
No, I'm not.
No, but this is. But
Mhm.
this is the reason for it. They're doing that because too many people were streaming, and they had to start taking things seriously. So now they're taking the initiative. Is like offline will now be off to delete everyone's progress and restart everything over for day one.
No, what I'm
People
saying
don't
is, it's like, okay, if I'm just doing training mode in the background, like, you know, I have Ryu and Ken from the Alpha. You know, remember the training thing?
Yeah.
It's like it's kicking me out of the game completely. and I'm not
Well,
comfortable with
well, are
with.
you signed online?
I'm signed on with my PSN. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you're online with the game, whether if it's training or story mode, it will force you to get kicked out and to play offline.
No,
Because
no, it's not even. It's giving me an error where it's putting
that's
me
what I'm
back to the
saying.
dashboard.
That
The
that's
error,
that's
yeah.
that's what I'm
You
trying to
being
tell
kicked off.
you. That the people are getting kicked off for being on the game in
Yeah.
general.
Oh
That's
my
why you
god.
have to do it from offline. You have to start up the console offline mode, then try it. Then you won't get censored out. It will still
Yeah.
try to ping to the server, but then you'll get popped up with a message saying, "Would you like to continue playing this game offline?" You hit
Mm.
yes, and you're good.
All right.
They
All right.
closed. They closed the ports, man. They closed the
Yeah,
ports.
but here's the thing. I'm not comfortable with Capcom having that much control over my game, man. Like,
Well, that's also
It's
an
their
issue.
product.
Yeah, it's also an issue that we're getting the game early, so that's kind of our fault for jumping on
no,
something when we're
I'm
told
just
not
saying
to.
in general. Like, okay, after the life of the game, I don't want them to have that kind of control where they could shut me off from playing it. You know what I mean? It's what it is. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so we're gonna start the PSA segment in three, two, one. What's going on, New Game in Order? We back hitting y'all with juggernaut punches. We are in our last segment for the day. Um, Make sure you check out the director's cut. There's a lot of stuff in the intermissions that you will enjoy. I was just talking about Street Fighter V with our early access and how I keep getting kicked off, and I'm not playing an online mode. So I guess some people are screwing it up for everybody and running around streaming shit that they're not fucking supposed
That's
to.
yep.
Like just do what they tell you. You know what I mean? Like, damn. And you wonder why you got folks like, oh, the cops beat me up. The cops did this. Sometimes don't give them reason. Don't give them reason. Shit.
Don't run.
I'll tell you
Damn.
what, don't wear baggy pants so they don't think you're reaching into your belt for a fucking gun.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's true. But
That's true.
before we before we start, guys, I would like to say something that I just saw mentions on Twitter. Shout outs to Mark, man. He just got into a really bad car accident on his way to San Diego, and apparently the truck wasn't like watching where he's going, and it kind of like almost hit it right split in the middle. He almost died.
Wow.
Wish him a speedy recovery. That guy is a very good community manager for Mad Cats, and I wish him the best of luck.
All right. All right. God bless, man. God bless. All right. So, man, that so morbid. And I'm about to talk about what was that freaking Samurai Showdown. All right. New Game in Order audience. PSA number one. Fighting game enthusiast from Hadoken.net. I was one of the first to say, I wonder what would happen now that SNK play more, with the success of releasing King of Fighters and fighters in general on Steam to help fund their resurrection, so to speak, and being bought up by a Japanese company. We are now seeing the fruits of that labor, and Samurai Showdown is looking to get a massive revival in 2017. Now, me and Brother Natural back in high school used to be big on Samurai Showdown, the culture, the lore behind it, Hamaru, Hanzo, freaking Galford, those characters, some favorites that just disappeared, and now we're possibly going to see a resurgence of some of the SNK titles, you know. So, I mean, hell, bring Breaker's Revenge or something. Don't just stop at Samurai Showdown. There's so much more that they can do, but right now you see kind of, picture Samurai Showdown, and the article comes from, again, the Hadoken.net, and, it was big in the 90s, and, the old Niners who just weren't familiar with Samurai Showdown, that game series was awesome. I love the story behind it. I liked the play style. It was just like you got to play as if you're using real swords, so you can't run around smashing and spamming or whatever. Not. You have to wait for your opportunity and boom, get some good stuff. But I wanted to get everybody's thoughts on, hey, if Samurai Showdown does come back, what would you like to see? Should it be a reboot or should it just be a continuation of the story? Starting off with Nelson.
Well, I am very pleased to hear about Samurai Shodown hopefully getting a good revival in 2017. I'm a big Samurai Shodown fan. I play with Yukio, Hanzo, and Genjiro. I would like
Genjuro.
to see, what I would like to see is a fully restructured drawing of them either with Blaze Blue art or Guilty Gear Xrd art style.
I would love
Ooh,
that.
ooh,
Wow.
a Samurai Showdown looking like that. Guilty Gear X art style, bro. That would
Wow.
be
That would be
amazing.
off the sauce.
Oh
That
man.
is something I would like to see.
Okay, okay. Well, Shinwar, what are your thoughts on that? What do you think could potentially, you know, a wish list in terms of the look of Samurai Showdown coming back?
He on the phone.
Oh yeah. All right. That's cool. It's just PSAs. Dang. What the heck? All right, but NYC Playboy had to leave us, so it's all gravy. But the next PSA, or Nelson, you go next if you had one to present while I pull my other.
Sure. Let me pull up my Twitter because that's where most of my PSAs are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me 1 second. Oy, still a little tired.
Man, I'm thinking, man, if they use the Unreal Engine to do Samurai Showdown, some nice lighting and whatnot, or have some new mechanics for like sword breaking. And limitations of 2D sprites was one thing, but now they could do so much more. Like, let's say ripping clothes animation, or actually seeing battle damage. Like hurt, like if somebody hurts their arm, they can only swing the sword a certain way, type thing.
You want some
Apparently,
time killer stuff, don't you?
That'd be cool. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
apparently, there's an article that I just found, I think yesterday on N4G, which is a site that I use frequently. Cliff Blazinski declined Hideo Kojima's request to help him on the Silent Hills game.
Wow. What? Can you put that in
And
Discord?
within his, within his tweet, he states, Kojima once told me he wanted me to do a new Silent Hill IP with him together out in LA. I was flattered, but I sadly declined. And if I was to be a part on board, I would have fucked shit up.
Wow.
So that's one PSA. I'll put it in the Discord chat.
Wait a minute. I want to look into that some more. Like, why would you, if Kojima comes to you and say, "Hey, I want to work with you," and on a kick-ass game, why do you say no? That's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Hell
It,
yeah, like
it,
hell yeah, let's go do this.
it is, but you also have to understand Cliff Blazinski is like a true diehard Western developer. He does not give two fucks about like Japanese development.
I really don't think that was a smart move.
It
That
wasn't.
Because if you think about it, Hideo Kojima, everybody's like, "Whoa, what?" You know what I mean? And Cliffy B and Kojima working together. Imagine that would have sounded like the Fusion Ha or something,
Yeah,
But
that would have been
yeah,
something.
I just say diversify your portfolio and stop like with the I'm a Western developer. Oh, be broad. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think that they would have did an excellent job if they did something.
The next piece of news I have for you MK fans, if you guys want to watch the next live tournament that they'll be hosting, it's actually gotten to the point where Machinima and the CW network is going to air a Mortal Kombat X live reality show
Yes,
of the
sir.
progression within their tournament. So hopefully stay tuned to that. I have another piece of news here.
Hmm.
1 second here. It's mainly related to Street Fighter. I'm pretty sure you guys know this already. They're gonna be holding back on having 8-player lobbies with spectators mode due to the fact that they found like their network structure is pretty decent to do everything. Now they just need to build up another infrastructure where you can actually live stream matches with barely any delay or lag, and they're trying to like ping everything up. Also, they're doing a day one patch where for some of the early access people, you realize that it was a 6 gig install. Prepare to get another 6.
Damn, another six what? 6 inch?
The 6 more gigs.
It doesn't work when you
hold
do it.
on.
It doesn't work when you do it.
Um,
Good enough.
Also, non-related video game news. There's a special promo event that's happening that got brought to me by a viewer that watches us, and it's called UR Fight. Where UR Fight is basically an online pay-per-view, and it will basically be featuring Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio, It will also be featuring Ken Shamrock versus Dan Severn, and also Roy Jones Jr., the boxer, to fight one lucky fan. And if that fan wins, he will win $100,000.
Yo, what? Can I sign up?
I don't know because I think everything is sanctioned.
Alex, I don't think you can, Alex, because he's gonna doesn't want to lose.
It's sanctioned already, and it's going to be taking place in Phoenix, Arizona on March 20th.
Yeah,
So it's,
I'm in shape. I've been doing my kickboxing training for
I'm
over a
honestly-
year now.
You gotta remember when they do things like this, they're gonna pick a fan to do this or that. It's not a fan; it's some guy that they already pre-scheduled who's gonna be in that seat.
yeah, it's just,
I'll do it. I'll do it. Like, yo, hold up, Nelson. Put that in. Send it to me on the Discord so I can look into this.
Okay. Let me see if there's any other piece of gaming news that I can share.
Oh, new gaming order. Check out the unboxing video
Did you
that
guys-
has been uploaded for Street Fighter 5. Shout out to Video Games New York for you know, Shinmore. Like, I got the info, and I was pretty much preparing to set up for podcasts
You
and.
fanboys, these unboxings.
Well- No, I had no plans on going. I was prioritizing on taking care of my sick girlfriend and everything, and I
Did you
mean,
give her the medicine, Alex?
these fucking.
Y'all should have just asked me because I knew they was getting it since like Tuesday. But that's a conversation.
I had no intent. I was gonna wait till Tuesday. Like,
Well, yeah, but we'll talk about that offline. Also, this is something that's going to be benefiting me. For you Evo players and spectators, Joey just recently had announced on Twitter that for registration for you to sign up for your passes will be coming out on Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. For you East Coast viewers, that's 10 p.m. So get your early chances to pre-register, get everything done, get your flights already paid out the way so you can start your training and whatever game you're participating in.
I wouldn't mind going to Vegas.
Also, I think Destiny has gotten to the point where it's just starting to become like a super mainstream game where they added the Hotline Bling dance.
yeah, we
Hell
talked.
no.
Matter of fact, wait. We had. Wait a minute. We had already. We talked about that last week. Wait, Takuma.
I'm just mentioning also on top of that, with this being said, with all the emotes and the silver that people's been buying, the next expansion that's coming out, brought to you by your new CEO of Bungie, you're getting your expansion pack for free. So he would like to thank you and fine fashion of purchasing all the emotes, all the dance things, whatever, and he's giving back to you guys. So, shout out.
Is
to
Drake
you.
making any money off of this?
Yes. Anyone who's put their likeness in any video game, you're getting a good portion.
Yeah, they get money off that. Yeah, trust me.
A good portion of
They
that.
call me on my cell phone.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Also, let's see. I think my last piece of news that would have to do with fighting games is that Alex Valle is actually doing this little thing that he tried to attempt to do last year for like the end result of Ultra Street Fighter 4. He's looking for someone to be the next upcoming pro player, and he's trying to help the community grow as like a whole. So if you would like to be someone in his eyes to help and train alongside with Alex Valle and the rest of the SoCal crew,
On the West Coast.
just hit him up with a tweet, hit him up with a message on levelup.com, and by all means go ahead and train with like probably one of the best players in our time.
Excellent.
I only played this Ryu once, and not in Third Strike, and yeah, I was just saying.
You don't want to fight his Hugo, I tell you that much.
Yeah, I played this Ryu, and I got my ass spanked. I was like, hands down, you the best. I
You
only
like?
played
Wait.
for twice, I was like-
You like to get your ass spanked? What?
I played his Ryu twice in Street Fighter Third Strike.
What the heck is he talking about? Oh, yo.
Thank you, El Chapo.
Wait. That's actually another announcement. I don't know if anyone here is excited, but they did announce the rumor of Sonic Adventure 3 being released this year.
Wait. Sega's actually working on that?
You guys talking about
Yes!
the live action
Make
Sonic
another
movie?
one.
You guys
No, not the movie. No, not the. I didn't
Okay.
mention the movie. But the Sonic Adventure 3, the game, is listed to be out very soon. They gave
Oh,
a
Is that
slight-
gonna be a console release?
It's a
It's gonna be a
console.
fail train.
It's going to be a console release, but we don't know where it's going.
oh my goodness! I
I don't
can't
know
wait.
where it's
2 was
going.
the best. I love 1.
Yeah,
I love 2.
Yes.
Man,
Well,
that's gonna be
the
fun.
ending of Sonic Adventure 2 was crazy, bro. They caught that. They
Yes.
yo, I'm not gonna lie. They ripped off a
Yes.
Dragon Ball. They ripped off a Dragon Ball, but the way they did it was, if you're gonna rip off Dragon Ball, do it right, and they freaking did it right.
I do believe Sonic the Hedgehog was kind of like the first Super Saiyan before actually Super Saiyans are coming out.
No.
Super Saiyans are 90s, man.
No. They
Where do you
Sega, Capcom, a couple other folks had already admitted that they ripped off a Dragon Ball for Super Sonic, for Evil Ryu, and a couple other things like that. Next level of power type stuff.
Oh, I gotta see.
Yeah, they had.
DBZ has been out for too long.
Yeah, so
Way too long before Sonic has ever even got.
yeah, and when Sonic in Sonic 2 transforms, they did it intentionally to look like Goku transforming. You know.
Yeah.
And
And-
Sonic,
and,
when it's Sonic,
you know,
Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, you had the freaking the Chaos Emeralds.
You had
Oh
Super
yeah,
Sonic, then you
Yeah.
had Super Sonic.
yeah. You had 7 Chaos Emeralds and 7 Dragon Balls, and then he turned like invincible for a short period of time. Or you know what I mean? And it is what it is. I think that was a smart thing. But Sonic Adventure 3,
Wasn't there?
I would
wasn't there
say,
6 in the original Genesis one?
was
I
it?
thought there were only.
I think it
It
was.
was like
There was
Sonic,
7.
Sonic 2, Sonic 3.
No, Chris is right. I think that one of them didn't have 7 initially. I have to look it up again.
Pinball.
But I would say this: if they're doing Sonic Adventure 3, use the framework of Sonic Generations. That's the best Sonic game
Yeah.
to date. Best Sonic event.
Ah, to play that.
Yeah, that is.
They don't know what route they're gonna go in, but they're trying to see like based on popularity. And
Yeah.
they don't know if they're gonna put characters back from the previous game. They don't know if they're gonna do everything new.
Well,
It's
as
just
long
amazing.
as they don't do like Sonic 2006, where they had Silver the Hedgehog, who was a great character by the way, but for his debut, the game was rushed. The story was kind of crazy. Sonic had a human girlfriend, and then I was wondering if they're kissing and stuff like that. Yo,
It was like it looked like fake.
I didn't know,
fantasy to
Alex.
me.
I didn't know you were a fairy. You're into that freaky shit.
that was the freaking game.
I'm done with you. What the hell?
I wish they would do a Streets of Rage remake or an HD version.
Well, you know what?
Aren't
I
they doing something? I heard something about that. Aren't they working on something like that?
There
Or
was a
there
community.
to it?
No, it was a community fan. Though being,
Oh, okay.
I have access to that game actually. You know, if you guys want it, I'll put it for you guys to download. But yeah, funny stuff.
Also, another last piece of news. I know we covered this in the last PSAs with Shadow Moses, the fan-made game that's being overlooked that Konami might pick up. I think they finally confirmed that it might be happening. So you be expected to see a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1 on all platforms very
Smart,
soon.
good.
That'd be cool.
And the only reason why they took upon this is because of the great success of the Phantom Pain, and people still want Metal Gear to be around, but they don't want it to be bad or a fuck up. So they're letting die hardcore fans take over on this indie project to make it into flourishing and shit.
Ew, Konami's trying to save face. Those Mitches.
Come on,
Dang.
what happened to
You know they fucked
Metal
up.
Gear?
Oh, Konami's trying to save face, man. What the heck?
Also, did you hear about the rumor that got dropped? I think like a year ago, but it's still in limbo about them making Rising 2.
Rising.
Oh yeah. Takuma actually told us about that, and then there was a picture, and you see Raiden's eye in the background,
Yeah.
kind of faded, and then you see 2.
Yeah,
So-
they just renewed the license with Platinum Games
Thank
recently.
But
So,
I'm just hoping the rumor that it'll be yeah, I hope that it's not gonna be a console exclusive. Just make it so that everybody or more people can play it. You know,
Well,
I'm
it
gonna get
might be the same thing like it was last time. It might be on like every console.
multiplat.
Then PC will get it probably like a month later due to like graphical enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
But the story might not be writing no more. Might either be the story of Gray Fox or a brand new character.
I don't know if it's like the Gray Fox thing. We'll
That would
see.
not be bad of a story because
Yeah,
a
Frank
lot of people
Yeager.
would like to know what his story was. He was a very complex character, especially if you played Metal Gear. What is it? Is it Metal Gear Acid? No, Portable Ops. Sorry. If you
Mm-hmm.
play Metal Gear Portable Ops, you get to see Frank Yeager before the Metal Gear game from the MSX of how he was called
Mm.
Nameless.
Mm.
And he was, I think, only 17 years old, fighting Snake. It was crazy. Like you guys, he has like a great backstory.
Now
So
you know
hopefully
what
they
I
get through all
think
that.
Konami might be doing. Like, okay, they know they can't make a brand new Metal Gear game without Kojima, right?
They'll
In
do
terms,
prequels and side stories.
there you go. They're gonna cash cow the hell out of it. And
Well,
on your
that's
knees,
why
called
they're
it.
going with Shitty Ninja Theory. Fucking dummies. Oh my god.
Yo.
Yeah, where's the next Ninja Gaiden at? Damn it!
Well, you know what? If they do another Ninja Gaiden, I want Platinum Games to do it.
I
I'm just hooked on souped up ninjas doing some crazy shit.
I don't know if they're gonna do that though. I think like the Ninja Gaiden series is like done.
Oh, okay.
Based on
ho-
like its lore, I think it's done.
No, remake the Nintendo trilogy. With
That'd be
the
fucking great.
yeah, remake the
If
Nintendo trilogy with the Ninja Gaiden Black Engine.
well, if fans desire the game, just hey guys, just hit up the company with a petition and show that you really want it.
Yo, I'm gonna start a petition. But you know what? We'll see. We'll see. But
Alright,
new
now
gaming
I'm done.
order. For the sake of time, we're gonna start bringing this podcast to a close.
Hey, I got two PSAs. You're cutting me out here, Alex.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot! All right, go ahead.
Two quick things. I just posted one in Discord if you want to share it. Apparently, Twitter's doing a Trust and Safety Council with your typical offenders leading the charge, mostly regressive lefties.
Oh my
This
gosh!
frequency and whatnot leading the charge. So Twitter's taking a shit in the stock price because people realize it's not going to make money. I don't want to say they're hemorrhaging. I don't want to say they're hemorrhaging users. They only lost like 2 or 3 million in the last quarter. That's still a rather significant loss, but they have 300 million plus users, so you're talking 1%. Not a big drop in the bucket, but still down considering that's actually people deleting their accounts instead of just not using them. So they're trying to send a message at that point. Now, the other thing I have, I did make this promise when the whole thing with Dead or Alive 3 blew up. I thought it was coming out this month. It's coming out next month. So we'll have to come up with a way where we can give out the copy I promised to a lucky viewer. So we'll have to stay tuned for that. We'll get more info as we figure that out.
I will definitely help you with that.
Dead or Alive 3.
The beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball. Beach
Oh,
volleyball.
oh yeah.
I promised to support Play Asia, so I was going to buy a copy and give it out to a fan because I don't have a console. And we'll figure out a way to give it away.
I'll definitely help you with that. That would be something to actually be fun.
Yeah, I did 2 small giveaways and stuff. Hell, if I can't take care of that situation with Sony, I might do a giveaway for Street Fighter 5. So, okay, Chris, we got you, bro. We got you.
Yeah, so we'll think of something.
All right.
On that, but I just wanted to share that. So if we can put that out there, that we'll be giving away one of those soon.
I have one last PSA, which is going to be in relevance to Monday going into Tuesday. As I promised, I haven't forget because I know a lot of people's been asking, like, "Hey, Mugen, what happened about that tournament thing that you said you was going to do with the giveaway?" Don't fear. Monday night, we're having a tournament. The winner of that tournament will get a free copy of Street Fighter V for PlayStation 4.
What tournament?
If you want, I just said it. Relax. Hold on. We're gonna have a tournament. It's gonna be within Ultra Street Fighter 4. You must own that game. I will decide on which console, so don't get mad if you have a certain console and you don't have it. I'm just trying to help people out for a good cause. There will be more details on that on my Twitter, which will be at Mugen_Katsuki. So if you guys want a free copy of Street Fighter 5 for the PlayStation 4, just stay tuned within the next 2 days, and we're gonna make that happen.
Alrighty. And Chris, you had one more PSA, right?
No, that was it. That was the DOA, and I wanted to share the thing with Twitter. That's one of the things I sent you during the week, but you said you didn't get.
Yeah, my
So-
data. I gotta get unlimited. What the heck, yo?
You don't have unlimited 2G once you run out of data.
No, I have. I'm on my 4G. Like Verizon they screwed me over, man.
You got to switch to T-Mobile, man. You got to once you're out of data, you still get unlimited 2G data.
Yeah. Well, I had unlimited before, but I don't know. Verizon's being stupid. But with that, we're gonna go into our conclusion. Thank you guys for checking us out. Those of you in the chat, there's a very active chat today. Slinky Jim, funny guy right there. Yeah, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com. Check us out on Full Screen as I am putting content on there throughout the week. You know, as it gets kind of busy with a migration project at my job, I'm doing the best I can to make sure that my duties are fulfilled to bring you the content during the week. So with that, the Juggernauts are leaving the building. You know, we're doing like Hollywood Hogan with the black and white feathers. Yeah, man. So we're about to leave the building. We'll see you guys next week. I have military drills, so I will have a contingency day.
Oh my.
Yeah, to make up for the podcast. So with that, we out. We see you guys next week. During the week, I have military duty, and we'll take care of y'all there. I'm out like the Juggernaut, bitch. See y'all later. Peace.
I gotta find out
Which
one
one
of y'all
going
balloon
to
toast
my
my
salad?
salad.
Yeah, baby. Oh man. Peace.
Wow.
Time. Chris, you.
I just added that one. That's what and I finished it perfectly in time to use it on NYC. It was
Whoa, he said he's gonna finish on NYC. Dang.
what? I don't swing that way, Alex. Unless you pay me. You pay me.
$599.
Wow, wow, I'm done. I'm done. This director's cut is gonna be a hot mess today. Unbelievable.
You had to use that phrase, hot mess.
Oh my gosh, you know what? With that new gaming order, we're gonna stop the local broadcast. You know, sub to our channel, spread the word. We love you for supporting, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.